Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, y'all know the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with celebrities about various topics and discussions. I am very, very excited to be introducing you guys to my next guest. She is a rising star and singer in the music industry, and she's making her mark. She has got this unique beautiful voice and a nice indie pop fresh sound. So I'm super excited to be talking with her today. Everyone give a warm welcome to Miss Chloe Caroline. Hi, Chloe.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
No,
Thank you.
no problem. No problem. I am super excited to be talking with you. Like I said, I've been reading up on your music and stuff. So I'm just excited to be able to talk with you. I'm going to go ahead and fire the first question at you, Miss Chloe. I want
Okay.
to know what began your passion for music?
Oh man. Well, I would say so my whole life I've been singing and always just loved music, was always drawn to songs. Like even at a very young age, I always say like, I'm an old soul. I really loved music that was like well before my time, or probably before I even really understood what the message was. Or I don't know. I feel like I did understand it, to be honest with you. Like even at like 4 years old, I remember like being in the car with my dad, and like I think we were actually on the way to like my fifth birthday party at like Chuck E. Cheese, and we were listening to like Cat Stevens, like Father and Son. And like I just remember feeling like in that moment, like, oh my gosh, this song is so deep and has so much meaning. And I don't know, I just like felt something that I feel like most like 4-year-olds wouldn't feel from music at that young of an age. And so I was just always very drawn to it, always just kind of singing around the house, like making up songs. My grandpa was a singer, my dad is a singer as well, songwriter. And so it was just music was like everywhere around my house all the time, different types of music from different decades, you know what I mean? The whole thing. And so I think I was just always drawn to it. And then when I was 6, started playing piano, and that kind of really, I want to say like jump started it, I guess. And then, but I wasn't, I wasn't the kid who was like singing at state fairs or anything. Like I did the talent show every year, that sort of thing. But I was really just kind of, like I said, like singing around my house, singing for my friends. And, then eventually teaching myself guitar, and then going on to really songwriting. I guess the older I got, I really started writing songs like 6, but when I was 11, that's when the passion, I feel like, fully came into into being.
Yeah, like I said, you came from a family of music. I mean, yeah, it's in your blood, literally. It
Yep.
just runs in your bloodline. Your
Hmm.
dad, your grandpa. So, yeah, I can definitely see why, it's like I said, it's in your bloodline. It's who you, it's your family legacy and stuff like that.
Totally.
So it's great that you're continuing on and creating music of your own.
Oh, thanks.
No, no problem. That actually kind of brings me to my next question. Number 2, for first-time listeners of your music, what song would you suggest they listen to really understand who you are as an artist?
Ooh, that's such a great question. Um, it's so hard because as a songwriter, I feel like I'm always writing music that, is an expression of myself. But
Hmm.
I would say, as far as songs that I feel like kind of just like represent me as a person, I have a song called Gypsy Daughter, and then I have another song called Forgive Me. So I would say those two really are songs that kind of sum me up as a person, all the different kind of parts of me that make me me, this kind of free spirited energy, but also at the same time, very, I would say, what's the word for it? Like, it still gets stuff done. You know what I mean? I'm very
Yeah,
determined. I'm
productive.
very productive and passionate, but I'm very free spirited and laid back at the exact same time. And I try to just be very real with my fan base. And so I feel like those songs kind of sum up the kind of almost like contradictions of my personality too, in some ways.
Oh, oh, okay. Going
Mm-hmm.
on a little deeper there, Miss Chloe. Kind
Yeah,
of
always.
describe your sound.
I always say it's a new Southern California sound. So like I said, I grew up listening to a variety of genres and just from different times. And so I would say California is kind of this melting pot of a place with different cultures, and just a bunch of different music was created here that
Yes.
that I love, especially, the 70s. So looking at artists like, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks primarily, especially, Carole King, the Carpet, like there's just so many great artists that began in this area, like on the West Coast. And so I feel like I have those influences molded in with stuff that I grew up with, which was like Avril Lavigne and Michelle Branch and those other like just really great iconic female artists that also kind of pulled from previous generations, and so it is kind of like this melting pot of pop and a singer-songwriter folk and rock, and kind of like all coming together to create this sort of organic pop fresh twist on something.
Ooh, first of all, I love your choices. I've always been a huge fan of Avril Lavigne since day one.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can we all just appreciate Avril Lavigne?
Let's just take a moment of silence for Avril.
Exactly. Can we just have a moment of silence just to appreciate the amazingness of Avril Lavigne? Like ever since Skater Boy came out, just a fan.
Just a huge
she's
fan.
just her songs. It just every song just spoke to memories of my childhood, my teenagehood. It's just ridiculous. I'm so glad I found someone who loves her just as much as I do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember especially loving, she had that song, I think it's Ordinary or something. Yeah, and like I just loved as like a 9-year-old listening to that song and repeat, because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel understood.
Yes.
I don't feel like I belong either. Yes, I'm not ordinary.
That is one of my favorite Avril Lavigne songs. I remember putting that song on repeat for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. It's just one of my
Me
favorite.
too.
It is beautiful.
And I love about her stuff, is that like, you did have some of that real side, that organic side with those like real instruments, that kind of rock vibe, but it's also like these pop melodies and then these like storyteller lyrics. And so like I feel like that's kind of what I've applied to my music over the years.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. I hope one day someone else is going to fangirl over your music just as we're fangirling over Avril Lavigne.
Aww.
I am putting that into existence.
Yes.
Going on to number 4, Miss Chloe. Going on to number 4 question. Name 3 artists you look up to and why.
Well, okay. Here we go. I would say, Stevie Nicks, as I said. Yes. Love her. She's just, man, I could go on for hours about her, but I love that she's just so independently Stevie, and she just does not care what other people think.
Yes.
And she writes from the soul and just does her thing. And I think my favorite story about her was that she had written Dreams by herself, and the entire band hated Dreams, or they didn't think it was a hit. They didn't like it. And she was just so persistent on it being like out there and being recorded and being a single that she just did it anyways. And it was like their only number 1, I believe, ever on radio.
Wow.
And that just, it kind of speaks to the kind of badass woman she is. So
yes.
So cool. But her, then next would be Dolly Parton.
Yes, Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly, she's just the epitome of a storyteller.
Yep.
She calls herself a song teller, which is very cool. But yeah, she's got so much, I think, just poise and grace, and she's so humble, and she's just so kind to people, and that comes out through her music. She's such a light, and I think she's just a great reminder of when the more success you get, it should not diminish your character. If anything, it gives you an opportunity to really spread even more light to people, because you can reach more people, and that's what I think she does. So yeah, Dolly. And then third, oh man, this is hard. There's so many.
Right?
I would say, and I like to pick like people from the past mainly as like inspirations, just because there are
of course
so much to learn. I would say, weirdly enough, actually, like maybe like Mick Jagger, because he you know, and my dad's like a huge fan of the Rolling Stones, and I grew up listening to them too. But he, I think, is just one of those people that has continued to really work his craft over the years. And I love that he's the type of person who still is like, I guess he trains by like running around a track and singing his songs, like literally, like to, you know, continue having stamina and stuff. And I just think that's so cool. And that's an inspiration for me as an artist, just like continue, you know, doing other things in my life that help make my music even better. And you're never too good to continue putting the work in. So he's, I guess, a great inspiration as far as that goes too.
Yes, I love those choices, especially Dolly Parton. I totally get what you know what she means when she says she's a song teller. Because I
Yeah.
remember listening to Jolene, you know, when I was younger, and I just remember, you
Mhm.
know, yelling at the radio, "Don't do it, Jolene!" So I definitely,
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. I know. She's great. She's like outspoken, but at the same time, just I feel like so understanding of everybody, which is the coolest thing.
yes, I totally get it. So Dolly Parton should be on everybody's list. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah.
I love Dolly Parton.
She's wonderful.
uh, Going on to the number 5 question. Miss Chloe, I want to make sure my audience follows you and keeps up with your music. Where are you on social media?
Oh man, I'm everywhere. Now I'm on Instagram at Chloe Caroline, Twitter at I'm Chloe Caroline, Facebook Chloe Caroline Music, TikTok at I'm Chloe Caroline as well. Yeah, those are the main places I would say.
All
And
right.
and ChloeCaroline.com. Can't forget about that.
Oh, of course not. Can't forget about the website,
The
girl.
website, yeah.
That is the number one.
Exactly.
I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you go follow Miss Chloe Caroline on her website, on all the social
Aw,
media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, make sure you guys stream her music as well.
yes.
All right, going on to the number 6 question. What future projects are you involved with that you can dish about to the J Lounge audience?
Oh man. Man, I've been working on so much new music really for the past like 2 years. But I put out a record in May. Yes, May it was. And that was, you know, quite a process too. That took 2 years, you know, but in the meantime, because that took so long, I began the process of creating the next step, I guess, in my sound, the next little development in who I am. We're really kickstarting that in the new year here. So in January. So just be on the lookout. There's so much that's about to come, and I'm so excited.
Ooh, I'm excited. We cannot wait to hear
Yeah.
more. We will
Hmm.
definitely are going to keep up with you and make sure we get more tidbits on the new sounds.
Oh
So we are
yeah.
looking forward to it.
Hmm.
21's looking good already.
Oh yeah.
It's looking pretty good already. Uh, Going on to number 7 question. Now, before, of course, all of this COVID hit and kind of put restrictions on travel, what were your some of favorite places to perform?
So I primarily spent a lot of time performing in Nashville as well as LA. Those have been the two main places. I guess I haven't done a full-blown tour yet. I've played in other states, but I would say spent a lot of time playing at venues in those two areas. And so I would say in LA, the Hotel Cafe is just awesome. It's just such a vibe. So there. And then in Nashville, the Bluebird, of course, iconic. And I would say, man, I've got a couple in Nashville. Let's see, the Analog, which is at the Hutton Hotel, which is just the coolest room ever. It's beautiful, best sounding room, I think personally. The Listening Room's another favorite in Nashville. Just a great songwriter spot to really get that like intimate experience. If you've never really seen a writers round, which is what they call it there. And then also Third and Lindsley, I got to play there. The Bluebird did a special showcase series where they did the Bluebird, but at Third and Lindsley, and that was very recently. So that was my last show so far of 2020, and that was like about a month or two ago.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But hey, Nashville and LA though.
Yeah.
Those are birthplaces of music. So those are not
Oh
two
yeah.
bad places to perform. So
No, not at all. Great stomping grounds.
exactly. Exactly. Hopefully in 21 when all this stuff is getting a little bit better, hopefully you'll have more time to travel. Maybe
Yep.
come down over here in Seattle. That's where I'm
You
at. Would
bet. You
love to
bet.
see ya.
Yes. Amen. Let's go.
Let's hope. Let's hope. All right. We just got three more questions for you there, Miss Chloe. Going on to number 8. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your music career?
Wow. Another great question. Look at you.
I try.
What
I try.
goals? I would say mainly I would hope that my music would be able to reach enough people that they can all feel kind of accepted, that they feel like they have somebody who understands them. I feel like that's kind of the goal in my music is I hope that nobody can feel alone. So that's like the ultimate like overarching goal is that people can find that they have a friend within me and my music and feel understood. And yeah, throughout like the entire spectrum of human emotion, I would hope that it would make them feel good, of course. And I love writing. I'm a very positive, bubbly person, so I love writing music like that kind of spreads light, but also music that's very truthful. So there might be songs that aren't as necessarily happy or whatnot, but they help somebody feel related to. So that's the kind of overarching goal, I suppose. And then two, I would love to just like personal goals with music. Of course, I would love to tour around the world. I would love to collaborate with people in other places, whether it be in Europe or China, wherever it is. I would love to just continue to um, bring so much growth and diversity to like my own music. And yeah, so that's a goal there.
Those are an amazing goals. Those are amazing goals. I love
Thank
them.
you.
Truly, I do. And I really hope, people who listen to your music, they feel that way. They don't feel alone. They feel connected. They feel like
Yeah,
someone out there understands them. And
totally.
just, yeah, I hope they just devour and start streaming all of your songs. And I really feel like they should
Oh,
do that.
thank you.
Oh,
I agree.
she said, I agree. Yes, hint, hint, y'all. Y'all should start, streaming. And looks like she's got a song for every emotion, for every part of the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
So check it out. All right, just two more questions there for you, Miss Chloe. Going on to
Cool.
number 9. What are some of your passions outside of music?
Ooh, so I just love to be outside and in the sunshine. So I would say I love to, just go on walks. I love to work out, go on hikes, like anything that makes me feel kind of part of, it sounds so cheesy, but like kind of like part of the earth,
I
feel
get you.
grounded, moving constantly. I'm like, I hate like just sitting still, but I will say, I feel like quarantine has really allowed me to become comfortable with being just like in the present and allowing myself to be still, yet still, once again, productive. So I found myself really just trying to like look internally and kind of like at that inner child within me, and a lot of like the things that I've loved as like a child have come out even more so taking time to paint, to draw, to cook and bake, like those are two other things that I absolutely love, so besides writing, of course.
I can get with you on the cooking and baking. I love to cook
Anything
and bake.
creative, yeah, anything.
Yes, yes. You just give me something to cook and I will cook it.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, going on to the last question there for you, Miss Chloe. Name 3 artists you would love to collaborate with on a song and
Mm-hmm.
why.
Let's see. Currently, number one, besides once again, people from the past, because of course Stevie or Dolly would be iconic. I'm gonna
Of
do
course.
new people here. I would say Harry Styles.
Yes, yes.
I am a huge Harry fan, especially after hearing the last record and playing it on repeat. He is just, I think, the coolest. He's got so much, once
Oh,
again,
yes.
diversity, and he pulls from the past as well, just like I do. I feel like there's a lot of similarities there, especially just like with like the mixing of certain genres too, to create something that's fresh yet commercial and pop at the same time. And so I would say Harry. Secondly, mm, Shawn Mendes too, because he's very similar to Harry in that sense as well. He's not doing something that like everybody else is doing. He's also pulling from the past. He's got this organic thing to his music as well. So I would say him, and he's also Canadian, and I'm half Canadian, so there you go.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So Sean, and then third, let's say Avril, because that would be just so cool for my
Oh
10-year-old self.
God, that would be a powerhouse right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so dynamic.
Would be sick.
She said exactly. I love it. She
Yup.
already knows exactly.
Exactly. I know it.
That would be awesome. That would be a record to definitely
Oh
have.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ah, because I think, yeah, after listening, because I have heard a few notes of your songs. Yeah, it's definitely similar to Avril's. So you
Mm-hmm.
guys, oh my goodness, I don't think the world will be ready. The world's
Yeah.
not ready. I'm
The world
actually
is
not.
not ready.
They're not ready.
They're not.
Oh
Prepare
my
thyself.
goodness.
Yes.
Miss Chloe, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you. You
Oh,
are a breath of fresh air. You are a
thank you.
powerhouse. I cannot wait to see more of your music. I can't wait to see what more you create. I love that creativity side of you because I'm exactly the same way.
Heck yeah.
But I do appreciate you giving me your time and speaking with me. It's just been an honor.
Oh, well, it's been an honor to talk to you as well. You're so wonderful. So thank you so much for having me and supporting my music, and to everybody listening, thank you as well.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, you guys know I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you guys give Miss Chloe a follow, stream her music, check out her website, give her some support, give her some love, and definitely make sure you guys check back in 21 and the new sound that she was teasing earlier. So make sure you
Yes.
guys check that out because I'm hooked, so I want to know. So I know y'all want to know too. So make sure you guys keep checking back. And of course, I want to thank my guest, Miss Chloe Caroline, one more time for
You're
being
so welcome.
wonderful.
Of course.
Totally, yes, totally appreciate it. Of course, you guys know I have been the hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I will be back with another great episode of the Jane Lounge. Of course, you guys know. But until then, I want to thank everyone for listening in. Thank you, Miss Chloe. Thank you,
Mhm.
audience. We will be back soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.